It's a heartbreaking reality that many of us will face. What am I talking about? The toll of watching your parents decline. If you're not there yet, you will be. And I've been there. We have a few tips to help you manage this. Welcome to Home Care Insights with Ray of Sunshine Senior Care. I'm Cindy Ferris, and I'm going to be your host today. Today, we are going to be discussing 5 tips to help you and your family deal with your parents' decline. It can be an emotional challenge to watch your parents decline while at the same time having to navigate new roles and responsibilities as a caregiver. Today, we're going to discuss 5 tips to help with that. Tip 1 is communication. Whether it is you communicating with your parents, you communicating with siblings, in-laws, whomever might be helping with this, address the issues, talk about it early if your parents aren't declining now, or if you're in the early stage. One of my common suggestions is if you see a commercial on TV, if they mention a friend, went into the hospital and is at home with help, use that as an opportunity to talk about it. What would you want in that situation? Are they liking it? Are they having a good experience? It gives you a chance to bring up the topic before it's an emergency. In our family, we did not discuss it up front. And so we got the early morning call that a family member was in the hospital, and the hospital would not release them to go home alone. So at that point, it was all hands on deck trying to figure that out. We figured it out. It worked out well, but you can save yourself a lot of stress by discussing it early. Tip number 2, education. Educate yourself, your parents, if they're open to it, if they have a diagnosis that is a chronic or progressive disease, learn about it, learn what to expect, know the signs to look for, learn about various medications, especially if they are taking medications that could have side effects that could help you kind of have a better feel for what's going on. Is it a true decline? Do we need to maybe get a med check in here? And talking about that, if you can, try to go to some doctor's appointments with your parents if they are open to that. That could educate, everybody, make sure that we are all on the same page as you go forward with a care plan. Tip number 3, stay involved. I know it's hard, but try to be there when you can, even if it is stopping in, helping out with some errands. If somebody is close by, to kind of be hands-on, not that you need to do everything for them, but by being involved, you can catch things as they begin to decline versus after a long decline. As I referenced in the beginning, that phone call in the early morning, they can't go home. We were 500 miles away at that point. So obviously we did not know what was going on, because you can't really pop in when you're 500 miles away. If you do have a larger family group though, some people that are close by could do more of the hands-on care. While if you have somebody further away that has finance skills or research skills, they could be involved in helping in that manner, or helping make calls, so you're not getting all of the sales calls if you're doing the day-to-day care. Tip number 4 is taking care of yourself. While it may seem obvious, I've seen so many times where it's just forgotten. You just kind of lose yourself. You are taking care of another person, which is obviously stressful. It's a huge change in roles if you're a son or daughter doing this. And before you know it, you are completely worn out also. And as they say on the airlines, you have to put on your own oxygen mask before you can help others. So here's some things you can do to take care of yourself, just depending upon your preferences. Meditation, yoga, getting to the gym if you like that, if you like lifting weights, anything that kind of helps reduce that stress. The less stressed you are, the happier probably you're going to be. And, you will never get rid of all of the stress. But it's important that you do try to enjoy the time with your loved ones. And it's just not about being a caregiver. And tip number 5 is to stay positive. Along that lines, if you can remain positive, remain upbeat, try to cherish the time that you do have with your loved ones. It can be a growing process for everyone. It's obviously very stressful, and we've seen both ends of it. It can either tear a family apart or bring a family together. I was blessed with our family. It really brought us together. We've got a very close core now. We all worked exceedingly well together and really learned to appreciate those differences. And one of the biggest keys, at least for me, is if somebody else is involved in the care, try not to second guess what they're doing, especially if you're not close and they are, or if you feel like they're second guessing you. Just try to let it go, stay focused on the goal, and stay positive. So not everybody is going to have family close by, or, try as you might, you can't be everything to everyone all the time. So that's where home care can come in. Even if it is just quick, like what we call wellness visits, which are pop-in visits, like 2 to 3 times a week. Very basic, not taking over main duties, but there's eyes on, there's some feedback on how things are going. If you were interested in learning more, you can check out our website at rosdfw.com.